Hey guys, I'm Erin and welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my April book haul and my May TBR in one video. The two lists I have are both on the shorter side and there's a good deal of overlap between the haul and the TBR, so I figured I would throw it together in just one video this month instead of splitting it up into two. So I'm going to start off with the haul first. And so the first books I have are 3 books that I got from Book of the Month this month. I went a little crazy with the add-ons this month, but they all sounded cool. So first up is my, official pick from their 5 picks, which was People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. This is my most anticipated adult romance of the year because I read her book Beach Read last year and absolutely adored it, so I was very excited for her new one to come out. So when I saw it was a Book of the Month choice, I was over the moon thrilled. So this book is about 2 friends, Alix and Poppy, who used to go on vacation every year together until one year something happens on the vacation and they haven't spoken in 2 years since that vacation gone wrong. And Poppy's kind of down on her luck right now in her life, and the last time she felt she was truly happy was that vacation before it all went wrong. So she reaches out to Alix and convinces him to go on one last vacation together and see what happens, I guess whether they'll salvage their friendship. And so I am definitely very excited to read this one. The second book I got from Book of the Month is Love and Color by Bolu Babalola. This is a short story collection, which is definitely stepping out from what I normally read, as I don't often read short stories, but this one sounded really good. And it is retellings of different love stories and myths and history from around the world. I believe most of the myths and stories are from African mythology and history, but I do think there are a couple other cultures scattered within those, and I'm excited to give this collection a shot. The last book I got from Book of the Month this month is The Hunting Wives by Cobb. This is an adult thriller, and when Book of the Month does their choices every month, they have like these little one-sentence quick takes that they write to kind of hook you into a book, and then if you want to read a full synopsis, you can click on it and read more. But so for this one, I picked it entirely based off of that one-sentence quick take and decided I did not want to read a full synopsis. I wanted to go in having just read that one sentence, and so this is what that sentence says as far as what it's about. Better than bourbon and biscuits, this sizzling story stars Southern belles on the hunt in more ways than one. So I thought that sounded really cool. And since a lot of the books I've been picking from Book of the Month recently were ones I've previously heard of and therefore knew what they were about, this is the first book in kind of a while where I will be able to go into it blind, having only read that quick take. So I definitely wanted to keep it that way, and I'm excited to pick this one up. The cover also got me. I thought this cover looked so fun. Very excited about this one. Okay, next I have 2 other books that I picked up this month, just on their own, and the first is The Once and Future Witches by Alix E. Harrow. This is a historical set fantasy in, I think, like the late 1890s, where witches used to exist but got burned out, I'm assuming in like the Salem witch trials, and we have a trio of sisters who get involved with like a suffragette movement in their city, and they start kind of delving into the old ways and trying to bring back like the old power and bring back witches. I think that's what it's about. I definitely heard a lot about this author before, and I've heard more about her other book. I have not seen as many people who've read this one, but I think this one sounds really good, and I'm excited to pick it up. And the last physical book I picked up this month is Jade War by Fonda Lee, which is the sequel to Jade City, which I read earlier this year. And so this series is like a mob boss series in a fictional world, kind of fictional Asian-inspired world, where instead of dealing in drugs or money or jewels or whatever mobsters deal in, they deal in jade, which has magical powers, or which has magical properties that if you are born with the ability, you can use jade to have enhanced like strength and stuff like that. And so this is the sequel to Jade City, and I've heard the sequel is even better than the first, and I'm excited to read this and catch up on the series before the 3rd one comes out later this year. And so the last book I got as part of my haul was an ebook, and that was The Crown of Gilded Bones by Jennifer L. Armentrout. This was my only new release pre-order of the month, and I pre-ordered as an ebook. And this is the 3rd book in the From Blood and Ash series, and I've read the first 2 and was looking forward to reading this 3rd one. As of recording this video, I have read it, so you will hear my thoughts on what I thought of it in my wrap-up, which should be the next video I post. Okay, so moving into my May TBR portion of this video, I decided after a very weird, chaotic April reading month where I read 1.5 books from my April TBR due to a myriad of reasons. I decided for my TBR in May to only put books that were book club and buddy reads. Usually I do book club buddy reads and then I'll choose like a couple others to put on my TBR, and then the other half of my reading is usually whatever I'm feeling in the moment. So, but for this month I decided to keep it to just the buddy reads and TBRs, and I have, or buddy reads and book club books, so I have 4 books on my TBR for May. The first 3 are all buddy reads. And so first up is a buddy read on the Shelf Space Discord, which is Jade War by Fonda Lee. I read Jade City as part of a Shelf Space Discord buddy read and had a really good time doing it that way, and so I'm definitely excited to read Jade War as a buddy read as well. The next buddy read is The Lonesome Future Witches by Alix Harrow. I'm buddy reading this with Yolene from Yolene Reads, and I'll link her channel below, and we are planning on reading this in the beginning of the month, so definitely excited to pick this one up pretty soon. And then the last buddy read is hosted on the subreddit Romance Books, and we are doing a buddy read of People We Meet on Vacation by Emily Henry. Since it is being released in May, Book of the Month sent it out as an early release, so it's actually being released in May, and they'll be hosting a buddy read for it kind of middle of the month once it comes out. And then I have one book club book for May, which is for Beautifully Bookish Bethany's Patreon book club, and we are reading Amari and the Night Brothers by B.B. Alston. This book is about a girl, I think she's 12 or 13, named Amari, whose older brother goes missing, and after he goes missing, and she's frustrated that people aren't seeing the big deal about the fact that he's gone missing, and she finds that he has nominated her for a spot at the Bureau of Supernatural Affairs, I think is what it's called, and that's kind of all I know about it. Most of what I've heard about this book from other YouTubers who've read it is how freaking amazing it is, and they just kind of gush about how great it is. So I'm very much looking forward to reading that one in May. So if you've read any of these books, let me know what you thought down in the comments, and I will see you in my next video.